So we're already at the end of March in 2024, and it feels like a year of exposing people. I mean, we had Katt Williams on Club Shay Shay, Homeland Security raided Diddy's house.
Boss, it's a raid!
All these events got me thinking, what does the Bible say about exposing people? Let's start by looking at what the Apostle Paul says in Ephesians 5:11 through 12. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather expose them. For it is shameful even to speak of those things which are done by them in secret. I want to break down the two things Christians are called to do in a world full of darkness. Number one, don't fellowship. Fellowship here is the Greek word sumquaoneo. Sumquaoneo. It means to join in fellowship with someone or participate in something with someone. When Paul says have no fellowship, he's warning the church that they are beginning to absorb within themselves the very characteristics of people in darkness. 1 Thessalonians 5 refers to believers as children of the light and of the day. As such, we are called to have no fellowship with darkness. If you and I participate in the deeds of darkness, we are sharing things in common with people in darkness, which distorts our light into darkness. And Jesus warns that if the light you think you have is darkness, how great is that darkness? I think this is where many Christians are in the modern world. They've allowed darkness to distort their light. They now call light darkness and darkness light. And as MJ said, something evil's lurking in the dark. Lot is a perfect example of this. Lot was a righteous man who moved into Sodom. Some scholars believe he could have become the mayor of Sodom and Gomorrah, but he lost his influence when he lost his light. There are modern Lots today. They tell us from the pulpit we should be tolerant with Sodom and get chummy with Gomorrah.
I'll do you one better. Why is Gomorrah?
In order to convert them, of course. Yes, we're called to reach people for Christ, but not by partaking with them in darkness. Such people are not turning the light on in Sodom. They merely adopt the darkness.
You merely adopted the dark.
Look at it this way. A boat in the water is by design, but water in the boat is devastating. Number two, expose. The word expose is a Greek word elenquo. It means to bring to light or to reveal things hidden, to convince and to reprove. This word was even used in the Greek law courts of the day, to convince, to convict.
Guilty, guilty, guilty!
In context, Paul charges the believers that are light in the Lord to convince or convict those who are in darkness by shining the light on the darkness. This doesn't mean reproving in word only. It means to convince by evidence. Being light in the world doesn't mean you reprove darkness by what you say. You reprove it by what you say and how you live. That's like me walking into a dark room saying,
man, why is it so dark in here? You know what we gotta do? We've gotta expose this darkness. We gotta call out the darkness.
What we should be doing is walking into a dark room and saying, man, it sure is dark in here. And turning on the light. It's by yielding to the light on the inside that exposes the darkness. Don't get me wrong, verbal correction definitely has its place.
All of you are wrong!
But it can't be verbal correction only. We must expose the darkness by living in contrast to it. We expose hate by loving. We expose injustice by righteousness. It's by living in contrast to the dark that we actually expose it. Let's not hide our light under a bushel or a bed. Let's let our light shine before men, that they see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. If you're going to shine your light in a world full of darkness, like this video and subscribe. Listen, I don't know about you, but growing up in church, I always thought if you drank alcohol, you're going to hell. But is that what the Bible really teaches? Watch this video to find out.